Hi, I'm Jennifer Janish, owner of Adored Salon and Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair Extensions. I'm obsessed with curly hair. I cut it, style it, and extend it, and this podcast is all about my curly girl obsessions that stretch far beyond just curly hair. Hey there, it's me, Jennifer, from Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair Extensions, Adored Salon, the Curly Girls Obsessions, which you are watching, and Chloe is with me today from Adored Salon. Today, we want to talk about Instagram versus reality. So, if you listen to our previous podcast together, we had our last one was about Chloe growing her social media to it's now over 16,000 followers in what seemed like a blink of an eye. And it's due to her consistency and her creativity.
Yes, I'm always on it, always. Just seeing kind of what's trending, what's the next best audio, all the things. But it comes with a price.
I think she needs to take over mine.
I will. I have no problem doing it. I have like kind of a sick obsession with it, so I have no
I know.
problem.
Isn't it true? Like, yeah, I'm like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be like, okay, this is the day to post. And, I also am one of those people that feel like you've got to feel it, right? So I do have captions that I've written out and done, hooks and stuff as like a fallback on, or just like, I don't know. Have you ever done that? Like
Yeah.
create like, and then it helps like one idea spurs on another one and this, that. But sometimes in the morning, I will hit it just right. I feel like I kind of had one this morning on my own.
I saw
Yesterday, you said, why don't you, if it's making you that mad, then just call it out. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could do that, Chloe.
Oh my gosh, you so can. You so can. And you know what? I think that just kind of proves how much social media can like kind of grow you because like probably a year ago I would have been like, "Oh, I would never comment back and like argue with someone on there and kind of not I shouldn't say argue. I shouldn't say argue, but justify your point because it is not arguing, it is more showing what you know and what you prove is best.
Yeah.
And there is clear evidence behind what you posted today. And it is not like you're just talking at your booty being like, you suck, like how the people come for me on there. You have clear receipts. So
It's so funny because I was thinking of you, like you were like in my brain, like, okay, create this post. And I think I was channeling you when I came up with DIY.
yeah.
I was like, because I've heard you say, "Oh, you're DIY,
Yeah.
you're DIY," blah blah blah, and I was like, "That's the perfect into this whole scenario." If you're wondering what that was, you can scroll through my post. It's a Friday morning, and by the time this airs, this will probably be 4 days out, because the crazy thing is we recorded this podcast 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least 3. Yeah.
And today, when the person who processes our podcast does all the things, she's like, there's no audio. And I'm like, wait, what?
Fabulous.
How does this happen? So regardless, here we are again. And all those things, we totally started out on one track. Well, actually, we didn't get off topic. We were talking about social media. But what we want to talk about today is Instagram versus reality in the curly community and what Chloe deals with
daily
on her social media. And it's kind of one of those things like, be careful what you ask for, because you don't realize at the time when you're wishing for all these followers, all the things that come into play once you have them. So, Chloe, take it over.
So essentially, this all stemmed from a post I created I was doing Jackie's hair at the salon, and I was saying, the trend, you're so funny, thanks, it's because I'm a curl specialist with straight hair. People tore me to shreds, your work looks crunchy, your work doesn't look like how it's supposed to, basically deeming how my work should look. So that's when I went online and I was like, guys, back it up. There is a major difference between Instagram curls you see where it's like a big round shape, it's huge, it's picked out to death, it's giant. And what the average individual is going to be wearing to their workday and be dropping their kids off at soccer practice in. When was the last time you saw a mom drop their kids off in a minivan with their hair like this? I mean, besides Jen back in 2010. But
Right. And this is like my hair. I did my hair yesterday. So this is day 2, which also Instagram versus reality. What are the main things that people say when they sit in our chair?
they say, I want longevity. I want something that's not going to frizz out on me in a matter of hours sometimes. And I'm not trying to redo it every day. Like, and I feel like,
Because it takes a hot minute to do my
yes,
hair. It's not something that just happens.
yes, a majority of individuals who come into our salon, they're not people who have like 20 strands on their head. They have thick, curly hair. So if they're washing their hair and styling it, it's not taken 30 minutes. It's taken an hour and a half. So it's important that we're showing them how to get the longevity. And yes, that may result in a curl cast or a gel cast, but that's not bad.
I feel like two people these days are like, how do I get a gel cast?
Yes.
Because so many companies now, product companies,
Yes.
have changed their product because of what they perceive public, like, what is it?
Standard.
Consumer,
Yeah.
like what the consumer really wants, because they are seeing these really full, big, picked out. I mean, if I wanted to have this hair be crazy, I mean, the best thing I could do would be to run my fingers.
Run your
through it.
fingers through it, take each
And
curl and pull it
pull it apart.
apart. Yeah.
But it's not, that's going to be the end of it. And
Mm-hmm.
when I do my hair, I pride myself on the fact that I'm going to get a week's worth of wear
Yes.
out of one style and that hour and a half, right? So 90 minutes divided by 7 days is like what, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Or
Just about
yeah,
15.
like if I took that time, we're not mathematicians,
No,
so we
not
could be wrong
whatsoever.
on that. Maybe it's 17.
Yeah, don't
maybe
don't check
15,
that.
like,
Yeah,
who
no.
knows?
Yeah.
But when you do that kind of math and you think of your hair and then the cost of the products, because
Mhm.
you know, when you're a curly girl, you're buying like liters of product that are
Mhm.
anywhere from $75 to $80, which they're going to be your best bet.
Yeah.
And if you're buying the aisles liters, you're well over $150 for
Mhm.
your shampoo or your conditioner. And so
Same with the Curl Revive. That's like
yeah,
$56
for the 6 ounce.
Yeah, that's the one I use all the time for the porosity equalizing all the time. So it
And
matters.
yeah, so like if you have a really good curly style
Mhm.
and it starts out skinny and it grows over time, one, you have longevity, right? So you have a time saver. Two, your style morphs into something different every day.
Yes, absolutely. And I always like try to tell people, say usually it's like the weekend. Say you're not doing anything Sunday. Style your hair Sunday. Like for us, we're home Sunday, Monday. Style it Sunday. Monday it's gonna break apart even more. By Tuesday when you're at work, it's big, it's fluffed out, it's beautiful. And exactly to Jen's point, you have a different look every day. And I just kind of created, I do all the emails for Adored Signature and Adored Salon as well. And I went through a 4 or 5 day span on a different way to wear and refresh your curls every single day. And there is, and it's not even like you're refreshing it. One day you can do like sometimes Jen wears the 2 little buns. The first day it's nice and it's not, it has the cast on it. Second day it's nice and full. Third day it's nice and full. You wear it down. Even fourth day, a lot of times Jen wears it down. Fifth day, there's space buns, half up, half down. Like it's not that it always has to be perfect and down as well. Like and not every day is going to be the perfect ringlets, and that's also something to accept as well, especially on days 8 and 9. If you get that far, it's not going to be how it looks on day 2 and 3, and that's just because the cast breaks up too. So,
And I think too, like I don't even break the cast
no,
in the beginning
yeah,
because of working out, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sweat. That humidity from my scalp is also going to break apart the
hmm
product. And I, back in the day, like how you said, like if I had what I thought was frizz then, because my whole head was frizz,
Right.
um, there was
just
just
know.
no definition. It was just a ball of curl, right?
Mhm.
But if I thought or felt like there was frizz, I would wash it immediately,
Yep.
which would cause me to wash my hair every day. Now it's almost like when it breaks apart and it gets what we call functional frizz.
Mhm.
I love the messiness boho chic of it,
Yeah,
right?
the
Like,
fullness.
yeah, and it just kind of like, even though there is a little bit of that in there, I'm more accepting of it now. Either one, because I can appreciate what a really good curly girl set is,
Absolutely.
or I'm like, I know how long it's going to take me to watch this, and I'm going to
Right.
be okay with a little
Pick your
bit of
poison.
frizz.
Pick your poison. Do you want to spend 2 hours or kind of do it up a little
Yeah,
bit and
right.
touch some fuzz into a
Yeah.
curl?
Yeah,
Like,
it's fine. But
yeah.
I think too, let's cover because of why you got so much hate on that post.
Mhm.
Because you have straight hair, you can't be a curly specialist. Who said that because your hair doesn't look like mine, that you don't know how to better cut and style curly hair than
The average Joe Schmo like
right?
great clips. Like really,
I,
really.
so let's go into conversation
Mhm.
about the process in which, like, how things evolved. Why do you said in the last podcast with no
Mhm.
audio, even in hair school, you were all about texture.
Yeah, because it seemed silly to me. Like we would get women like Jen, even you probably have seen Celia on her page, even women like Celia who would come into our beauty school and you have literally zero control over the service basically. And your teacher will come over, okay, give it a blowout. Okay, first of all, that's gonna last about 10 minutes. It's gonna take me the whole day. I will not take
Right.
another client and book me out the rest of the next 2 days, matter of
In
fact.
hair school.
Yeah,
Well, actually, now in the salon too, because we don't do a lot of blowouts, I gotta say, like, our timing on blowouts probably sucks in comparison to
well,
like a blowout. Like, we
well,
don't like
yeah.
doing it.
And it's not that we don't like doing it. We
I
know
don't like
that
doing
we're
it.
like
I want to take
right.
credit for that. I don't like doing it. You can't even. I
It
remove
takes a
it.
minute. It
I-
takes a long time, and that's why we take so long too. Because we, once again, same with the curl sets. We're not trying to give someone something that's gonna last for 2 hours, and then the
Mhm.
minute they go to their wedding or wherever they sweat, it's gonna be gone. We're gonna put the work in. It might take us an hour and a half.
Nothing is worse than the sweaty, the curly hair blowout that now got sweaty.
And then it's just smooth and puffed. Yeah.
Right? It's like it's pinked at the
Yeah.
root, and it's just swollen. Like,
Literally, just puff.
and I don't care who you are with that curly hair blowout, your ends look right when
Right.
that happens.
Right.
Right? Like, you can do the blowout, you can have it look all smooth and perfect. The minute you get that sweaty blowout,
You're done.
done.
Yeah.
Roots look bad, ends look bad, the hair looks coarse. You can come at us, you can hate on us all you want, but this is the reality of it.
Yeah, and it's not something that you can never do. We're not saying that, but it's not gonna last like a curl set does. And that's exactly where I started. Is because I was like, okay, this is taking me forever. I'm actually like in a pool of my own sweat right now because
And you're not going through menopause.
right. And at that point, we're not using the products I have today. I'm not using aisles where it's already like silk getting blown out. It's not, I'm using like the skinny serums, oil from like I'm not using anything I need to be. So nothing good is happening here. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, wow, this is stupid. Like, this is not gonna work.
This is not going to be my future.
Yes, like I can't do this every day. I will have arthritis in a month. Like I'm done. And so I actually did a little research like at the school and they had like a texture honors program, which I now know was more based on perms and like creating curl. But I did get to do a lot of like two strand twists and a lot of like styling, like protective styling like that. So I had a lot of exposure, but I knew there was more out there. And I had met Jen previously through high school, actually. And we kind of had kept in touch a little bit. Like we had followed each other.
I stalked her.
Because I was even adamant on
Yes.
social media 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was fabulous. And it's always been really great for me and it's gotten me a lot of opportunities, hence why I'm here today. So once I did look into Jen a little bit too, and then I was like, no way, I have literally lived down the street from a curly hair salon the last 6 years and had
Literally
not a
2 blocks away.
2 blocks. Like if I look close enough, I can see
No,
their
I'm like,
buildings
I
over there.
the window, like, can we see him?
Right? So I was like, no way. So I came in, I toured the salon with Jen, and I remember doing the interview and I looked at you when I left and I was like, okay, so can I come back Tuesday? And you were like, I'll text you. And I was like, okay, this is, but I was determined. I was coming back Tuesday. And I didn't come back the following Tuesday. I came back the next one because I got hit by a car the previous week.
Really? Oh my God.
Yes. And I didn't tell you guys. And you made everyone shampoo me. And then I was like, oh, my head kind of hurts. You're like, why? I'm like, I got hit by a car last week. And I'm like,
Because Chloe was starting out as an assistant. That's why everybody shampooed her, so she could feel like how it felt, like how we do.
probably
like,
concussed, but it was fine. I still loved it.
dedicated.
Yes.
Dedicated.
I don't care if I'm concussed. I need to give the good shampoo. The curly girls need it.
Oh my God.
So I found my passion here early on. Early on.
That's the best part about sitting in Chloe's chair is you are going to hear some of the funniest stories and just how she just said that to me and how it comes. It's like, oh, yeah, no, just yeah.
It's very matter of fact because it happened.
And it could be the craziest thing you ever heard.
It's always something with me, literally. But yeah, so I started, Jen stalked me out. I came in, hit by the car, all the things. So I start doing it and I soon realized like I jumped down the curly rabbit hole of curly hair cutting, all that. And I was like, whoa, this is way bigger than I thought. And I ended up training under Jen for probably a good year, I would say, like all together between COVID and
you were so like again dedicated. Like even like if I gave you a nugget, you turned it into a gold bar. Like you just you knew where you were going, you knew your path, and you knew what you wanted to get out of it, and you worked really, really hard. And then COVID was an
even crazier, like
bigger benefit.
Right? It was even crazier when it was just me and Jen for a while. We were literally one on one. Sometimes, like, Jen would do a cut, I would style the curly hair. Like, everything.
During COVID?
It was crazy.
Not during it was after COVID. Like the salon lost it was I hate to even talk about it. It's like PTSD. And I literally sent Chloe a post about someone losing 5 people in their salon within the last 5 months. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have you with me. And you were how fresh out of school?
Maybe 3 months. Maybe.
And I was like, okay, whatever wherever you think you are right now, I need you to be 10 steps ahead of it because we're about to just be full-fledged.
And it was so much fun for me. It was a horrible time for Jen.
I had a lot of fun though too. I think it was just the whole perception of the whole thing. Like
yes, why it happened was horrible. But we had a good time.
But we were like it was just straight up work.
Yes.
For 3 months solid because Jackie was on maternity leave and it was just me and Chloe. And then Chloe brought in Celia in June when Jackie came back too. So like for 3 months we worked 80 hours.
80 hours. And that was really when I knew I was like, these clients are like a different breed in a good way. They are the most grateful people, curly clients are. These are not people who are going to the average like salon just getting a highlight. They're so grateful for the services they are getting and I loved that. Everyone loved seeing Jen. Everyone, even the clients were very invested in what my life and right little interruption.
Zoom interruption.
And they were so invested in me and I knew that this is what I wanted to do. So in the end I was like, all right, we're going to go. We're going to do this. I Jennifer sent me and Celia to the WEDOD training in New York. That was crazy town as well. And came back. I trained for another like 2-3 weeks under Jennifer, just perfecting the craft, kind of tweaking
Can
things
you
a little
believe?
bit.
So I gotta say that that's one more thing about the trust of our client level was when you guys did that and you came back and we were like, okay, things are different there.
Hmm.
This is how we do it. We put out a model call because we wanted to be fully integrated with the way that I learned things. And so these models allowed me, you, and Celia to work on their head.
Yeah.
One person.
I remember the one day you sat there in the blue chair over there. I cut one side of the girl's hair. Celia cut the other side. And like to this day, Celia still does it. She was like, that was one of the best haircuts I ever had. It was like, great, great. We'll do it all the time. Well, me and Celia will
The
50
client said
Yes.
that? Oh my god.
So I'm like, well, give us a call. We'll split it. We got no problem. I'm like, we'll do it.
That was crazy. And we
Yeah.
did that on quite a few people.
Yeah.
So that like they could just learn the original way from the trainer, Weedad herself, who trained me, and it worked. Thank God it
Yes.
worked.
It
Worked.
totally
And
worked.
and I think too because you guys were so immersed in seeing it all the
Hmm.
time. But yeah, so
Now we're
that's a
here.
little blurb into
My training and
reality versus
yeah.
Instagram. The haters that are on Instagram calling Chloe out for having straight hair.
Yeah.
She's not a fake. She's
I
the
have
real deal.
I have plenty of training.
Yeah.
Plenty. And I promise, and trust me, I have had people say it to my face. Oh, are you gonna cut my hair with that straight hair? And I can picture the woman who said it to me right now, and she is my very, very, very loyal client now.
That's
So
always how it goes.
so you know what? I think that proves the point that even if you're the pickiest curly girl in the world, don't judge a book by its cover. Do some research. You can research me, research your stylist wherever you are, and just look into it a little more. Make sure you're covering all everything.
Right. I
And
think the research is key. Like if someone who has a lot of social proof on what they do and the results within the social are consistent, because in that post there was multiple people who said, girl, look at her feed, you're going to see that she knows what she's doing.
yes,
Go look at this because you can tell she understands curly hair.
yes,
And then the people that were commenting as if this type of curl is not considered a curl.
that's a wave.
Yeah, that this is a wave. And there's all different spectrums of curl. Just because my hair isn't kinky curly doesn't mean that I don't have naturally curly hair. 87% of the world has some form of wave to kink in their hair. That wave to kink is considered textured hair. I don't care where you fall within the spectrum, and there's a need for every single type along the way
Yes.
of understanding and product and knowledge to make that hair look its best, have longevity to the style, have separation and definition, and look amazing. Period.
Yeah.
And there should be no critics about wavy versus kinky or your lack of expertise because you have straight hair. It's just kind of
Yeah.
like in today's world, that's just no longer the case.
Yeah.
It's not just because you have curly hair, you could do curly hair. Trust me, I thought because I had curly hair back in the day, I could do curly hair. And what I did then has no comparison to what I've done within the last 15 years with curly hair. And I'm almost 50, so
Exactly.
that's a long time.
Exactly. And it's where education has come and how important it is. And exactly, do your research, make sure you know who you're going to, and read reviews, look at their page, see if their work looks like your head, all that kind of a thing. And to the haters, I cut someone's hair with 4B hair last night. So
So go there.
right?
Just go there.
Right, try it. And she texted me that she loved it. So
So okay, now you need to, if you are a follower or a client and you already follow Chloe's feed, when you see the hate, you
Give
need
me
to
some love.
give her some love because she's good at what she does. Same on my page, or the salon page, or whatever. Like,
All the
always,
pages.
stand up for your curly specialist. And I think it's obvious if you follow our social media.
Curls by Chloe.
Jennifer Johnson Janish with underscores in there. Adored Salon, adored underscore signature underscore hand tied underscore hair is our hairline. And you can see all the love for all the different types of curly. And we hope this episode brought you value. If you think someone that you know could benefit, please share it with them. If you liked it, write a review. If you didn't like it,
let me know.
Write a review.
Honestly, just let me know.
Right, because
just go to the page.
We learned that even negative interactions gave you 300 plus followers.
Oh my, I think I have gained almost 2,000 followers from all the hate. I'm like, y'all can keep going. I don't care.
It's interaction.
Right?
All right. Well, we hope you have an awesome day and
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.